Hello, my name is Andrew Michael from digitaldrewdesigns.com. This tutorial is called Photoshop CS5 Workspaces. This is a beginner's tutorial, so if you are not a beginner, you are going to get bored. I'm going to be using CS5, Photoshop Creative Suite 5. If you have the previous version, Photoshop CS4, there's not much of a difference, so you will be able to follow, though I'm not so sure about CS3, CS2, and CS1. The next thing I want to say before we actually begin the tutorial is that Photoshop runs on two platforms, a Mac or a PC. I'm using a Mac. Does that matter for those who are using a PC? No. The only differences would be, number one, the keyboard shortcuts. But if you're watching this tutorial, you are a beginner and you don't know the keyboard shortcuts. We'll go over any other difference when we get to it. Adobe Photoshop's Workspace is one of 6 of the Adobe Creative Suite programs that have pretty similar workspaces. So getting familiar with Adobe Photoshop's user interface will make it easier in the future for those of you who are interested in learning other programs. For instance, Adobe InDesign, Illustrator, Flash, InCopy, and Fireworks all have very similar interfaces. The first thing that we need to do is make sure that both my workspace and the workspace that you're looking at look identical. So if you haven't opened Photoshop, go ahead and open Photoshop now so you can follow along while I show you the workspace. So what I'm going to do is I am going to close this tab document window that I have open with my logo on it so that our workspaces look somewhat identical. Once you've opened Photoshop, if your workspace does not look like this, go to the top of your screen and the second to the last word, window, which is on the left of help, click it, and the second word down says workspace. If you hover over workspace, on the right side, see all of the preset workspace options. The one that says Essentials Default should be clicked. If your workspace doesn't look like this and you have a check next to Essentials Default, come down here to Reset Essentials, and that should reset your essential workspace. If you go back to Window and click Workspaces, you'll see New in CS5, 3D, Design, Motion, Painting, Photography. Go ahead and click on Design. By clicking Design, it changes the panels here on the right. One of the most important things to know about Photoshop is that the majority of the options that you select have multiple ways that they can be selected. What does that mean? Meaning, and we're going to just go back to Workspace. You can go, just like we did, 5 times already, go to Window, Workspace. Another way to do that, though, another way to change workspaces is to come up here to the top right of your screen. You'll see 2 vertical lines on the left side of the word Essentials. Click and hold without letting go and drag to the left. And now, instead of having to go to Window, go to Workspaces, and click on your workspace, with just one click, you can switch through your workspaces. So much easier. More importantly, quicker. The third way of switching through your workspaces, yes, a third way, is by clicking the arrow on the right side on the application bar where your workspace buttons are. Click that arrow and you'll get a drop down that's similar to the one that you got when you clicked Window and Workspace. Now that you know how to set your own workspace up, please join us in the next tutorial where we'll be going much more in-depth with panels and what they do. Thank you for watching Photoshop CS5 Workspaces. I hope I've been a big help. Please look out for our future tutorials. The next one that's coming out extremely soon is going to be on panels. If you have any input or questions, please don't hesitate to drop me a comment either on my blog at digitaldrewdesigns.com, or if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're watching this on Facebook.